Hello and welcome to a very special video, everybody. Now I'm going to give a update on my Space Wolf project and of course the doggo at the end of the video, so if you're interested, check that out at the end. For everybody else, I'm going to talk about today some different rules options that you can go by. They're all free as far as I can recall, and you can play with for Warhammer and Warhammer related things. So let's start out with Poor Hammer Classic. Poor Hammer Classic's basic pitch is an attempt to build a unified rule set that unites the best parts of 3rd through 7th edition, utilizing a hybrid of 4th and 5th editions as a starting point, and of course smoothing things out and adding some of their own stuff on top of it. So effectively the premise of it is that it's a rule set you can use codexes and rules and units from 3rd to 7th edition books. You can effectively play pretty much most of the factions, and you're not limited to Space Marines, which is a problem a later selection will have, but not the last one. I've read through it once or twice. I actually quite like this and plan on using it, though it's not going to be my go-to because I don't always have people who are super hardcore into trying to simulate some of the older editions, but it gives you things such as armor facing with a good chart for it, characteristics, the whole nine that you would expect from, well, the heyday of 3rd through 7th, about a 20-year period, and by most folks, at least especially mine, opinion, really when Warhammer was Warhammer. And hey, if you like something newer, that's understandable. Maybe another selection to be more to your idea, but I do think it's a really good basic unifying of the rules without it not feeling really Warhammery. So if you're looking for something closer to a traditional Warhammer rule set, this is it. And this is effectively just giving you a basic rule set that works in conjunction with Warhammer codexes. So it's one of those things I would suggest for people like me looking for something a little bit more like the older systems. Up next is, and I'm going to try to say this the right way, Liber Badab. The Badab War, the Liber Badab, Astartes Army List, an unofficial expansion to the Age of Darkness rule set. So if you have the Age of Darkness rule set, this is compatible with it. And what it does is it recreates the kind of army list and so on that you would expect from if you played the Badab War stuff, or if you're interested in dipping your toes into it. It gives you a very good army list, and it kind of brings some things in together. Of course, we got our force our organization chart at the beginning. I actually quite like it. I do miss that with the older editions, and it's a solid, very well put up together document. But I put it second because I feel like, and it kind of should have been third, but I feel like it's going to appeal to people who want to play Space Marines and they want to play in a very particular situation, such as the Badab War. I don't know if they've done an increase where they added like some of the Xenos, but I think this would be a good starting point for people who want to use the Age of Darkness rules to play various things. It's very well put together. It's very professional. I didn't see any glaring issues. The only problem I could see is if you don't have or don't want to get the Age of Darkness rule set, especially the second one, because there are some issues with it. But if you have it and you want to make use of it, this is a way for you and your buddies to maybe get to experience Badab or have a personal club project or things like that. It's a really cool little thing. It's very well put together. I definitely recommend it, but it's not for everyone. And I think that the first option, Poor Hammer, or Pro Hammer, good lord, does really good at basically making use of your old codexes. But the third option, I think, could probably be the one that hits the most options, because there's in a lot of cases, if you're playing Warhammer and Warhammer related things, an army list that's easily accessible on the internet. You can get the rules off the internet. It's a very, very easy system to learn, and that is one-page rules. It's very simple. There is some lack of depth. So that could be a problem for some people if they're looking for something a little bit more complex. There are options, but when you're just running off the basic free one, it's a really good system to get people to, have a quick game, fairly fun, fairly easy to pick up, and it covers most of the bases, especially if you're trying to get people moved away from Warhammer, because they can make use of their Warhammer stuff. And there have been several projects and people trying to do little things with it, like make Horus Heresy army list and options. And I think that over time it'd be probably one of the rule sets that kind of goes around the most. And overall, I think its positives is that it's easy to pick up, it's fairly quick to run. You can use a ton of different things with it, and if you can't make something with it, they do have an army rule creator that makes units as well, and it's right on their webpage. So I think those are really good options, just depending. The two I recommend the most is one-page rules for if you're trying to get people into wargaming, or you're trying to get people to step their outside of Warhammer, or if you're trying to recapture something classic, pro Hammer classic. But I think the Badab War's a good one. Just depends. I think those two are probably the most likely. Okay, thanks for joining me. If you're interested in the second little bit, we're gonna go right into that. Okay, so right now I am a little bit behind on the Space Wolf project because I'm having to go and do some extra cleaning and fixing of some of the items I got. And I'm a little bit behind because I was planning on building up a Wolf Lord custom, or as custom as I can get, for my brother. So I'm having to wait for that. And I kind of wanted to cover doing that in a video, like the steps of how I handled it, what I'm doing. But there's going to be more of that, so if you're interested in seeing what I do with it, we're going to be going to that. And I'll make a video dedicated the thought patterns and how I went about creating the various things, in case you're interested in understanding how that went down. All right, the last bit is last year we had picked up a dog who was dumped out on the property, and we didn't know where he was or how old he was, so we eventually adopted him. He was out there for a couple days because we thought he was lost. We weren't sure what to do with him. And, of course, he has had a bit of problems with heartworms. So we've been going through the various treatments. And if you know anything with how those go, they can be very tough on the animal and could be fatal depending. Now, he's gotten his treatment fairly quick, and we're hoping that he does well, but right now he's having a very, very hard time. And any well-wishing that anyone wants to give for that, I very much thank you. So I've been very busy trying to help take care of the dog's medical treatments, and I have been having to juggle some other things with the family. There's been some illness with the father, and we're just trying to get through that. So I'm hoping to have a little bit more interesting content for people. And thank you, everyone, for taking the time to watch the video. I hope to get this channel to grow a little bit more and at least provide people interesting content. So for now, you all have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.